Hey, if you're a medical waste processor or a hospital that's processing waste on site, you probably see your waste processing system as a necessary evil. So I'm going to offer a rundown today of the tech that's out there on the market. So that's going to be incinerators, autoclaves, microwaves, and ozone. Now, from what we've heard from all of you, here's our understanding of what matters most. Is it reducing volume? What's the energy use looking like? Is it easy to operate? Is it safe? What are the operating costs? How about the greenhouse gas emissions? Odor? Is it a batch or a continuous feed system? And is it producing a bunch of nasty liquid? If there's anything else you want us to measure against, drop it in the comments below and we'd be happy to add it. So let's kick it off with the incinerator. Okay, this one's really good at getting rid of waste. We'll give it that. Okay, and then the incineration waste is actually used to create energy, so that's kind of cool. So this must be the perfect system. Well, of course it's not. There's always a trade-off, and in this case, that trade-off happens to be everything else. Okay, and you don't have to be an expert in medical waste to know that burning garbage isn't exactly a clean, safe, and sustainable practice. And having one of these at your hospital isn't exactly a badge of honor you want to show off to your community. Maybe we should throw in a column for good PR. Okay, but you can continuously feed the flames and it doesn't use any water, so green checks for the incinerator there, I guess. The next contender here is the autoclave. So let's take a look at what the autoclave happens to be good at. If you've ever worked around an autoclave, you probably feel these X's in your soul. And if you haven't used an autoclave, it's basically a giant steam cooker. You're using water and heat to steam away the pathogens. So if you imagine steam cooking a bunch of medical waste, okay, or path waste, you're not going to have a good time. It's also really expensive, it's dangerous, and it's in no way environmentally sustainable. So let's look at the microwave next. Okay, cool. Finally, some tech that was developed, after the Industrial Revolution. These typically run a shredding system, so that's a great start. And then it all kind of falls apart. These systems are typically sold as green and sustainable. And if we were ranking these systems, microwave would probably come out ahead of autoclave and incinerator for sustainability. But you're still using a ton of electricity to create heat. And anytime you're using heat, you run into problems with safety, odor, and energy. Microwave also introduces new problems like the type of waste you can treat. Remember, it's a microwave, so you have issues with things like metals and high volume. And even though they don't use water and they're typically continuous feed systems, these systems don't typically have the ability to process the same volume of waste per hour as the other options we've looked at. Which brings me to the last one, ozone processing technology from clean waste systems. We have another video out there on the tech, how it works, so if you want to learn more, you can go check it out. But here's the result. The waste is shredded down to almost nothing. The whole system runs on one push of a button. And because it uses ozone to kill pathogens, it doesn't require heat or steam, which solves a ton of problems. It requires very little electricity. It's safe for operators. There's near zero odor. It uses only about 1 gallon of water per hour. And because of all that, it's very low cost to operate. At the end of the day, it's the only environmentally sustainable solution to medical waste processing. If you want to learn more about clean waste systems, it starts with a conversation. So please reach out. We'd be happy to talk about how you can finally get away from those old, antiquated technologies that are weighing down your operation. Thanks, everybody.